Hey, what's going on, guys? This video today is going to be a countdown of the top 7 rarest pickaxes slash gliders in Fortnite. I made a video about 2 weeks ago where I showed you guys the 5 rarest skins in all of Fortnite. I got a lot of positive feedback on that video, and a lot of you guys asked me in the comments to do a follow-up showing the rarest pickaxes and gliders. Now, what's cool about this is that for the most part, even a lot of casual Fortnite players know a lot of the rarest skins. Skins like the Skull Trooper, Ghoul Trooper, Gingerbread Man, etc. But when it comes to pickaxes and gliders, there seems to be a lot more mystery around which ones are the most rare. So my hope is that this video can educate you guys a bit, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, our first pickaxe at number 7 on the list is the AC/DC pickaxe. The AC/DC pickaxe is the only item on this entire list that has never been purchasable in the shop at any time. To acquire the AC/DC pickaxe, you need to reach tier 63 in the Season 2 Premium Battle Pass. Even nowadays, it's a challenge for a lot of casual players to reach tier 63, and this was even more so the case in Season 2. Season 2 was the first Battle Pass, and many people simply weren't dedicated players at the time, which is a major reason why AC/DC is so rare. The major reason why this item isn't any higher on the list is due to the fact that Fortnite had a major spike in players right around the beginning of Season 2. The season ended February 20th, and by then Fortnite was somewhat close to its peak of popularity. Number 6 on our list is the Candy Axe, which, as the name suggests, is another pickaxe. Now, just as a bit of a side note, I personally believe that this is one of the absolute coolest and most well-designed pickaxes in the game, but let's break down more so why it's so rare. So the Candy Axe was initially released in the shop on December 24th and was last seen on January 31st, which means it's now been almost 8 months since it's been possible to get your hands on it. Not only is that a very long time, but the Candy Axe also had another major factor which makes it so rare: its price. At 1,500 V-Bucks, the Candy Axe is obviously one of the most expensive pickaxes in Fortnite history. I think even nowadays, with how popular Fortnite is, people are still really hesitant to spend $15 on a pickaxe. Now imagine all the way back to December and January when Fortnite was only a fraction as popular as it is today. In my experience with my friends at the time, the only thing that they would have ever considered spending $15 on back then would be a really cool looking skin. I mean, just consider for a second that this pickaxe was more expensive than skins like the Skull Trooper, Red-Nosed Raider, Nogops, Codename Elf, as well as plenty of others. So even though the Candy Axe is without a doubt one of the coolest pickaxes in the game, it had a ton of competition with other holiday skins at the time, and I truly believe that if it were only, say, 800 V-Bucks when it was released, it would be a lot higher on this list. Number 5 on our list today is the You Shouldn't Have pickaxe, which, much like the Candy Axe, is another holiday-themed harvesting tool. So I just told you guys that I personally think the Candy Axe is one of the coolest looking pickaxes in the entire game. Well, You Shouldn't Have, on the flip side of things, is probably one of the worst looking. It is literally just the default pickaxe with some wrapping paper and a bow on top of it. You Shouldn't Have was initially added to the shop on December 21st and was last seen in the shop on January 30th. Now, although this pickaxe is about 10 times uglier than the Candy Axe, at least it was reflected in the price, as it was only 500 V-Bucks to purchase. The number one thing that I think gives You Shouldn't Have a slight rarity boost over the Candy Axe is the amount of times it was seen in the shop. You Shouldn't Have made only 6 appearances, while the Candy Axe made 11. So even though it was really cheap, it was only seen a few times in the shop, and honestly, it's such a plain pickaxe that I can't imagine many people went out of their way to buy it. Number 4 on the list is actually our first glider of the video, and that is the Mako glider. The Mako glider is another example of an incredibly rare cosmetic that's honestly pretty plain, but it's still highly sought after simply due to the rarity. The Mako glider was granted to players who reached level 25 in Season 1 of Fortnite, which spanned from October 25th to December 13th. Just like I mentioned in the skins video, level 25 may not seem like a big deal now, but in Season 1, you had to be a pretty serious Fortnite fan to reach that level. And that is the biggest reason why the Mako glider is so rare. Not only was the Fortnite player base as a whole very small at the time, but also the percentage of Fortnite grinders was way lower than it is today. All in all, those factors make Mako one of the rarest cosmetic items in all of Fortnite. A bonus little fact is that the Mako glider was actually accidentally placed in the shop for the first time ever on January 1st. Epic claimed that this was a mistake, removed it quickly, and has never added it back since then. So I'm not sure how much that hurt its rarity, since before that it was a 100% Season 1 exclusive, but due to the fact that it's such a plain looking glider, I can't imagine many people were jumping out of their seat to purchase it. So now, moving on to the top 3, and number 3 is the Reaper Axe. Now, for whatever reason, this item is more commonly referred to as the Scythe, so keep that in mind. I'm sure there are actually some people out there that legitimately didn't know the Scythe was actually named the Reaper Axe. And out of all of the items on this list, I would say that this pickaxe is probably the most likely to be recognized by a casual Fortnite player slash fan. This pickaxe not only looks incredibly intimidating, but it also has one of the coolest and most recognizable swinging sounds in all of Fortnite. The Reaper Axe was first released on October 31st, was last seen on November 28th, and made a total of 5 appearances in the shop during that time frame. I think it's fairly easy to tell why this pickaxe is just so incredibly rare. It hasn't been in the shop since the middle of Season 1, and simply put, not many people were buying any kind of cosmetics at the time, let alone a pickaxe. And much like the Candy Axe and You Shouldn't Have, it also was competing against the Skull Trooper and Ghoul Trooper every single time it was seen in the shop. And at the time, those skins were considered some of the absolute coolest in the game. Now, I think its rarity is actually hurt a tad bit by the fact that it was only 800 V-Bucks, and also the fact that it's simply a really cool pickaxe that a lot of people would want to buy. If it was uglier or more expensive, I'm guessing a lot less people would have bought it. And a bonus thing that I want to point out, much like I did in the skins video, is that the Reaper Axe is about a month away from facing Judgment Day, so to speak. There's a lot of speculation that Epic may re-release all of the holiday cosmetics from Halloween 2017 for Halloween this year. So it'll be really interesting to see how that shakes out, because there's a decent chance that the Reaper Axe loses pretty much all of its rarity soon. Number 2 on our list is the rarest glider in all of Fortnite, Aerial Assault 1. This glider was only available in the shop during Season 1, and as an added bonus was only able to be purchased after reaching level 5 in the season. Although the Mako glider was also a Season 1 exclusive, and it actually required a higher level to obtain it, it was automatically granted to you once you hit that level. The Aerial Assault 1 glider, on the other hand, is definitely rarer due to the fact that you still need to purchase it from the shop once you hit level 5. At only 500 V-Bucks, it was definitely really cheap, but as I mentioned a few times already this video, good luck finding someone who was so dedicated to Fortnite during Season 1 that they were willing to spend real money on a pretty plain looking, boring glider. And finally, the gold medal number 1 on our list is the Raider's Revenge Pickaxe. When it comes to finding the most rare cosmetics in Fortnite, I mainly take into account 3 different categories. First, the date the item was last obtainable on. Second, the price of the item when it was added into the shop. And third, if it required a certain level to purchase / unlock. Well, let me just tell you that the Raider's Revenge basically scores a 10 out of 10 for rarity in all 3 of those categories. The Raider's Revenge was a Season 1 exclusive, it cost 1,500 V-Bucks to purchase, and to purchase it, you actually need to first reach level 35 in the season. I honestly think that there is a solid chance that the Raider's Revenge is the rarest item in all of Fortnite, even when you include skins. I mean, just compared to 2 of the absolute rarest skins in the game, the Renegade Raider and the Aerial Assault Trooper. They were all in the shop at the same time, yet the Raider's Revenge was the most expensive to purchase and also required the highest level to unlock. Plus, this was incredibly early in Fortnite when there were barely any purchasable skins in the game. So who in their right mind would spend extra money to purchase a pickaxe when they really needed a skin? I really believe that the only people that have this pickaxe are guys that first bought Renegade Raider or Aerial Assault Trooper and then decided they also needed a pickaxe, so they bought Raider's Revenge. And man, those people are really lucky because now they have 3 of the absolute rarest items in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you watched the entire thing, be sure to leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Do you have any of the pickaxes or gliders that I discussed in this video? And if so, which ones? Me personally, I have AC/DC, the Candy Axe you shouldn't have, and the Mako glider, but I don't have any of the top 3. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.